So, speaking of shining objects, we have Maid of Honor to give her speech. And
thank you, Don Don. Okay. My name's Andrea. My Spanx are really tight. So, bear with me. So Kristen and I met at the awkward age of 14 when she was the new girl at school from St. Albert who brought chip sandwiches for lunch. I've never met someone so lucky. We began our friendship after discovering a mutual love for Monty Python and the Holy Grail, and especially for the Knights Crusade, who we thought were the most hilarious thing ever. So hilarious that I think our friendship truly blossomed when we decided that it would be really cool to gallop everywhere, just like in the movie. This is my earliest memory of our now 14-year friendship. Let me just preface by saying Kristen will likely deny the stories to come because she doesn't remember them happening. But she's been known to be a little forgetful. So don't worry, Kristen, I remembered for you, and that's why you love me. Being friends since we were 14 means that we've known each other for basically 100% of the most embarrassing years of our lives. Besides enduring puberty, we were the kids who were still killing ants in the forest and going to clarinet and karate practice, while everyone else was smoking cigarettes or kissing for the first time. To be honest, I don't remember much from middle school except for an overall feeling of prepubescent confusion and embarrassment. For source material on this era, I look back to these secret notebooks in which Kristen and I had faithfully written to each other for years. Obviously, the notebooks were covered in magazine cutouts of the hunk du jour, Leonardo DiCaprio. But unfortunately, or perhaps fortunately, everything was written in teenage girl code, which at this crotchety point in my life, I cannot decipher. In high school, we stopped killing ants and started testing our parents' ability to figure out what we were up to. I'm sure it wasn't that difficult now that I think about it. For example, Kristen convinced me to take my first, and last, joyride with my mom's car while my parents were out of town. My auntie ended up seeing me rolling down the block in that magnificent maroon 1986 Corolla, and things did not end well for me. I don't know if you guys know this, but my parents' wrath knew no bounds. So thanks a lot for that. We spent hours hanging out in her basement and knew that when your dad would eventually call you upstairs, it meant that we were having way too much fun. He wasn't affectionately nicknamed Scary Larry for nothing. Some of us here tonight have really great memories of the summer luau's your mom would arrange for us in your backyard. I'm sure your Vedic court neighbors have fond memories of at least 20 teenagers partying next door every summer as well. Besides keeping our parents' neighborhood watch radars busy, we also became explorers of the late 90s music and fashion frontier. I'll forgive you for wearing a puka shell choker, those wide-legged raver mod rose pants, and for wanting dreadlocks, nappy dread. As long as you'll forgive me for cargo shorts, the 1998 Godzilla movie soundtrack, and for wearing baby bangs like a teenage Asian version of 90s Drew Barrymore. But one thing from high school that Kristen should absolutely not apologize for is the rap legacy she left behind in Yellowknife. Many of you may know Steven, aka Steve J, aka Pussy Pete, to be the musical one in the couple. But in high school, Kristen was classique with a K, one half of Yellowknife's hottest female rap group, El Diablo, emerging from the shadows. We worked you up like that, yo. since 2002. I remember ditching the cliched frosh week parties and having our own fun instead. That really made the whole thing less scary. I believe this is when higher education really came into play. For example, Kristen learned how to properly take a rest under a tree. She also learned the finer points of purchasing holiday travel and just how nuanced the meaning of the word free can be. Like when she took up an offer for a free cruise over the phone. $300 later, it wasn't so free anymore. Kristen also learned some valuable driving lessons. For instance, we took a road trip to Calgary from Edmonton, and I had fallen asleep while she was driving. When I woke up, we were driving the wrong way across the C-train platform, past some very bewildered people who were waiting for the next train. Come to think of it, one of the first times that I'd ever hung out with Stephen was after he had just moved to Yellowknife, and he had somehow gotten lost in an empty parking lot. That was when I should have realized that these two were destined to be together. They could be described literally as the take the road less traveled by sort. The poet Robert Frost would be proud. Another great writer, Henry David Thoreau, once said, "Not until we are lost do we begin to understand ourselves." This could explain why Kristen and Stephen have such a deep understanding of each other. But how they manage to get anywhere is both mystery and miracle. They are a special couple. Through all these years, Kristen has been like a sister to me. I don't think a speech can begin to cover the extent of the friendship and sisterhood that we've had. She has picked me up when I've been down, and has been there to hold me when I get there, and then pick me up when I fall down, again and again. We've been through so many stages of this life together, and here we are on your wedding day. And when Stephen, strengths are tight. Okay. And when Stephen came into the picture, he became a sort of sister by extension. Whether he liked it or not. For all of the times Kristen was my shoulder to cry on, Stephen's shoulders got a little soggy as well. You can call it collateral damage. Stephen, first let me say that I'm very happy that we have a friendship history of our own. It makes this celebration of love feel even richer. I'm so happy you decided to come to Yellowknife that one summer. I'm happy that you decided to work with the glorious Yellowknife Boston Pizza and ended up meeting Kristen there. When Kristen, Danielle, Sean, and I were teenagers, we discussed our future husbands. But I could have never imagined a better partner for her than you. I would say that your ability to light up any room, your excellent dance moves, and your spot-on Paul McCartney impression, and general hilariousness, have encouraged her to be more effervescent and outgoing. I mean, she even eats eggs now. I'm proud to have seen her grow into an empowered and confident woman with you by her side, especially since I've been the bossy one for all of these years. You've been a great boyfriend to her, worried when she doesn't answer her phone, even if odds are she's left it in a weird place or has forgotten to charge it, and then faithfully calling me to join your search party. Or making sure she always gets her share of Skittles. Or dressing up like an old man to ask her to grow old with you. Because of these things, and so much more, I know that you'll be an even greater husband. Please raise your glasses and join me in a toast to Kristen, Stephen, and Boston Pizza. May your new life together as husband and wife be like the spicy pierogi pizza, a blissfully delicious and unique favorite that will never be taken off the menu. And unlike the fickle shrimp stuffed mushroom caps, whatever happens